Hello, welcome my lovely YouTubers. If you are new to my channel, you can go ahead and subscribe and like so that you can be updated and notified when I drop new videos. If you're new to my channel, my name is Coach Alicia and I help Christian single women just like you get back out on the dating scene so that they can be found by the man that God has for them. And today we are in part 3 of how to position yourself for the love that you deserve in 2026. Yes. So we've already done part 1 and part 2. If you missed any of those episodes, you can go back and refresh what we discussed in part 1 and part 2. But today we're moving on to part 3, and today is all about being open to dating again. Yes, this is the third way on how you can position yourself for the love that you deserve. And I talk to a lot of Christian women, and a lot of times when you've been out of the dating scene for a while, or you've been hurt, sometimes it can be hard to get back out there, or just to even have, the mindset to get back out there. But I want to encourage you, if you want to position yourself for the love that you deserve in 2026, you have to have the courage to get back out on the dating scene. So the first thing I want to talk about with getting back out on the dating scene, if it's been a while, if you're feeling nervous, if you're feeling scared, I always want you to pray and talk to God, because we want God involved in every area of our lives. So even in your love life. So I would suggest pray. Tell God how you feel. Tell him, where you are. Tell him, God, you want to get back out there, but you're afraid. You may be nervous. And, it may just be something new for you just getting back out there. So I want to encourage you to get into your prayer closet, pray, get into your word, and ask God to lead you and guide you when you're thinking about getting back out on the dating scene, so that, you can build yourself up for success and to be successful with your dating journey. Because how many of you know that dating is just a vehicle for God to bring you the man that he has for you? That's all it is. Some people, they meet naturally. They don't have to do a lot of dating. They may meet their person in high school or college, and they didn't have to go through a long season of singleness or getting back out there. Some people, it just naturally happens. But if you're like the rest of us, sometimes it doesn't happen naturally as we want it to. And sometimes we have to put a little effort in there. And the same thing for me. I had to put effort to get back out on the dating scene before I was blessed with my person. So I want to give some tips on today about positioning yourself for love in 2026 and getting back out on the dating scene. And if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes. So the first thing the first thing was prayer. So the second thing I want to talk about is be open to in-person dating. Be open to meeting someone in person. So that means, we talked about in a previous episode, we talked about changing up your routine. Be open that if you do meet someone, be open to have small talk, to smile, to look approachable, to, a lot of times men say women, they say that we are mean mugging. So be aware of your facial expressions. Make sure you just look your best. I'm not here to tell you how to dress or anything, but as long as you feel good about you, when you step out of the house, you feel wonderful, you feel beautiful. And if someone were to approach you, you feel confident in having small talk, or, just, interacting with someone. That is a way, just interacting, having that small talk is a way to possibly open yourself up for dating and just being friendly to someone of the opposite sex. So that is an awesome way to open yourself up to dating, is in person. And don't be afraid if someone invites you to a social gathering where there may be men. It could be some type of gathering with young adults, and a session where you'll be able to talk and mingle and to meet new people. Don't shy away from those events, because again, you never know how God wants to bless you and to use dating as a vehicle to bring the man that he has for you. And so that is way number 2 with the in-person dating, is just being aware of your overall disposition. I also want to talk about, be aware of your body language. A lot of times before we even say anything, body language speaks. So sometimes if we are giving off negative body language, such as our, not having a pleasant look on our face, your arms may be folded, your head may be down. All of those things are example of closed body language. So when you're out and about, you want to be aware of your body language. Just try to have a pleasant smile. Try not to fold your arms, keep your arms folded. Have more of an open disposition, your hands by your side, and just try to look friendly and approachable. So I just want to plug that in there. And then the last way I want to talk about is be open to online dating. I know, ladies, there's, a lot of people, they don't agree with online dating. Guess what? Meeting someone online, whether it's a dating app or social media, is the number one way people are meeting today. And that is backed up by research. Online dating. Yes, so it may be, it doesn't have to be a dating app. It could be I have heard of people meeting their person from a Facebook community. They're a Facebook community with like-minded Christian people, and they have met their husband and their spouse in there. But where did they originally meet? They met online. So don't be afraid of, don't rule out that God can bring your person by meeting that person online. It could be through a dating app, could be through a social media platform, or it just could be through some network online. So all of these, again, are just vehicles that God can bring your husband to you and position you for the love that you deserve. And so that is what I want to talk about on today. I hope you all are encouraged. And also, if you need more support, I do have a guide. It's called 4 Ways to Position Yourself for the Love That You Deserve. It's totally free. You can click the link in the description box. Under this video, you can click that link, you can get it, and it's totally free. So I want you all to be, in the right position for all that God has for you in 2026. And God, He is concerned about your love life. So until next time, be encouraged, ladies.